How you doing today? So I entitled this message "Having Breakfast with Jesus." So I got this from after Jesus' resurrection. He crossed the lake, and he prepared breakfast for the disciples. You know, he made a fire, he made a bonfire, and he prepared breakfast for the disciples, for fish and everything. And the disciples went back to the vocation, saying, "Oh, we don't know where Jesus is. You know, he's told us to resurrect. You know, but we don't know where." And they went back to the old life. You know, what they used to do. uh, Peter went to as a fisherman and everything. And when he heard the news, he jumped in, in the lake, and he swam, where Jesus was. But we can't see Jesus today. We can't feel him. We can speak to him. The disciples, like the disciples did. We can hear his teachings. We can see his miracles. And all that. We can do that. But like he told Thomas, in John chapter 20, after his resurrection, because he didn't see him. Then 8 days later, he saw him. He went and he told Thomas, "Look at the nail prints of my hands. Look at the hole in my side. Believe. That's me." Because Thomas didn't believe. He was doubting. He was skeptical. And he told Thomas, "Blessed is you who see and you believe, but blessed is he does not see yet believe." So that's us. We're blessed. Even though we don't see Jesus today, we can feel him or anything else like the disciples did, or hear him, or listen to him. He dwells in us. We read in Galatians 2:20, "I have been crucified with Christ, and no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me." And we read in Matthew 28, verse 20, that Jesus will be with us even to the end of the age. So think about that today, as you go your day, that Jesus is with you wherever you go, okay? But my point today is we have to spend time, with God and the Word of God daily, the Word and prayer. Because the more we do, the more He's going to talk to us. He's going to guide us a direction for our lives. He's going to show us areas in our lives, that are offensive to Him, they're sinful. That say, "Oh, you can't do that." You have to leave that. You have to leave that what you're doing. I can't work with you. That's what God does. He works more effectively when we leave those areas in our lives, and then He uses us for His glory. In the lives of people, and we have to do that. And I don't know, what book of the Bible you're reading right now, but I read in the book of Proverbs every day. I just turn one chapter a day. It's 31 days in the calendar. So do that tomorrow morning. Have breakfast with Jesus. Just sit there right there, listen to Him. That's it. Stay silent, listen to Him, like it says in Psalms 46. Be still, know I'm God. So that's all I gotta say today. God bless you.